What are you doing right before you go to sleep? It's very important to get a sleep regimen or certain things that you do that are going to relax you before you go to sleep. Some people make a to-do list for the next day, which I think is a good idea. That way it's kind of out of your head and onto paper, so you don't have to worry about forgetting anything. Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to Healthy Living, Spirit, Soul, and Body. So today we are going to be talking about sleep. Now, I've been a health coach for about 6 years, and one of the things I tell my clients is the importance of exercise and health because it will improve your sleep. And it's kind of funny but I've never really looked at it the other way around, that if you're getting a good night's sleep, it will help you lose the weight. That's really what we're going to be talking about today, is how getting a good night's sleep is more important than diet and exercise combined. I know that's a wild statement, but that was actually something that I heard from Shawn Stevenson, and he seems to be the guru on sleep these days. Shawn Stevenson talked about this study that they did on college students, and they put them on a restrictive diet, and they put them on an exercise plan, etc. And then after they did the study and saw how much weight they lost, they deprived them of sleep. Now, the initial study done on the students, they gave them 8 hours sleep. But in the second study, what they did was they deprived them of 3 hours sleep. When they did this study, they found that the group that got 8 hours sleep lost 55% more body fat than the group that was sleep deprived. And isn't that eye-opening? So there really is a correlation between diet and exercise and sleep. So let's talk about the subject of sleep, and let's talk about why it's important intentionally do things to improve your sleep. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so why is sleep important? Why is it important to get a good night's sleep? And I think that most people can almost answer that question themselves because they know how good they feel when they have a good, restful night's sleep. It improves your energy, it improves your outlook on everything, really. It affects your emotional well-being and your cognitive well-being. So let's talk about why it's important to get a good night's sleep. Now, in Dr. Anderson's book, Habits of Health, he mentions that sleep is your body's way to restore organ function, stabilize chemical imbalance, refresh areas that affect mood and behavior, and improve performance overall. This is interesting. And I'm sure you might have heard of this. Psychological torture, okay, is most effective when people are sleep deprived. A great torture technique is to deprive people of sleep. Because why is that? Because it disorients them, it affects their emotions, they're not able to cope, they're not able to make decisions. The level of depression in those people that have sleep issues is 5 times greater than the people that have a healthy 7.5 hours of sleep. So another thing that Shawn Stevenson says is that if you're not sleeping well, you're not healing well. That a lot of times when you're not feeling well, even if maybe you broke your leg or something like that, if you don't get the right amount of sleep, it's going to take you longer to heal because your body heals while you're sleeping. So what are some things that influence sleep and help you get a better night's sleep? So the first thing that Shawn Stevenson talks about is the importance of sleeping when it's a little on the cool side. Okay, if it's too hot, it's going to affect your quality of sleep. He suggests between 62 and 68 degrees. The next thing is you need darkness. Okay, and that's because melatonin is produced only when it's dark, in the dark. And melatonin is a sleep hormone that you need to get a good night's sleep, that regulates your sleep. If you have to, get room darkening shades, because I used to actually go to sleep with my alarm clock on, with the light on. And I never even realized how much it affected my sleep till I started to turn it off and sleep in the dark, real dark. And it really did. I've been sleeping much better since then. The next thing is lectin is radically reduced when you're sleep deprived. And lectin is something that regulates your body's, how satisfied you are, whether you feel satiated or not. So you might have a bad night's sleep and wake up and you'll be hungrier, and you'll be hungrier for the wrong things too. So that's something to be aware of. Another thing too is, what are you doing right before you go to sleep? It's very important to get a sleep regimen or certain things that you do that are going to relax you before you go to sleep. Some people make a to-do list for the next day, which I think is a good idea. That way it's kind of out of your head and onto paper, so you don't have to worry about forgetting anything. Another thing that's good to do is stay off your electronic devices, because what happens is the light from your computer or the light from your TV is similar to sunlight, and it kind of lets you think that it's daylight, and it kind of confuses your body's cycles. So I would suggest to really turn off the TV. You really shouldn't even have a TV in your bedroom, because what happens sometimes is you walk into your bedroom, you see the TV, and you're distracted. You're thinking about, oh, maybe I should put the TV on, what's on, this kind of thing. So it's a good idea not to put the TV in your room. It's also a good idea to get off electronic devices for at least a half hour before you go to sleep. And lastly, and I kind of talked about this months ago when I talked about clutter, is to make sure that your room is peaceful. There's not junk thrown around. There's, as much as possible to make it orderly, because you'd be surprised how much easier you fall asleep if your room is orderly, okay, and it's peaceful and things are in their place and you're not distracted by that. So all those things together. So we talked about the importance of your room being dark, body temperature, and that you're sleeping in a cool place. The importance of getting a good night's sleep, because otherwise your lectin is decreased, and your lectin controls how satiated you are. And when you're sleep deprived, you're going to be hungrier the next day. And lastly, the importance of getting off electronic devices and not being distracted. Also, the importance of getting in a routine. So I hope all those things helped you realize how important getting a good night's sleep is. Think about it. Yes, we are busy, and yes, it's not easy to get to sleep earlier and to make sleep a priority, but it's worth it. If getting a good night's sleep is more important than diet and exercise, why not do what needs to be done? Why not try to improve it? Don't be the victim and feel like there's nothing that you can do. That always have options. So I'm just going to encourage you. This channel is called Healthy Living Spirit, Soul, and Body. So this is a video having to do with your healthy body. So do what it takes to get your body healthy and to get a good night's sleep. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and like, and let me know what you thought in the comments, and share my video. I would love to have you just take some things to heart and let me know if it's helping you. Let me know if my videos are making a difference, okay? So have an absolutely wonderful day.